Welcome to this edition of FDA's Tobacco Compliance Webinars, information and education for retailers and small businesses, brought to you by the Food and Drug Administration's Center for Tobacco Products. Today's presentation is entitled, What a Brick-and-Mortar Retailer Should Do After Receiving a Warning Letter. The FDA has created this webinar to provide retailers with information about what to do after they received a warning letter. We'll cover what is a warning letter, what is a compliance check inspection notification, what does a warning letter include, what should I do if I receive a warning letter, how do I respond to a warning letter, and what happens next. At the end of this webinar, we will discuss additional resources for you as a tobacco retailer. One quick agenda note on the intended audience for this presentation. This webinar provides information to tobacco product brick-and-mortar retailers about warning letters that FDA may issue as a result of a tobacco retailer inspection. This webinar does not cover warning letters FDA may issue to other regulated entities, including online tobacco product retailers. For more information about online tobacco retailer enforcement, please visit our website at the link shown on your screen. Let's begin with, what is a warning letter? A warning letter is the agency's advisory action that alerts a retailer and provides notice that the establishment is not in compliance with federal laws and regulations regarding the sale and distribution of regulated tobacco products. The first time FDA finds a violation or violations during a tobacco retail inspection, FDA typically issues a warning letter. The warning letter prompts the retailer to address the current violations and provides information for the retailer to help prevent future violations. The warning letter may not be the first FDA correspondence that the retailer receives regarding a potential violation. If an undercover purchaser is able to purchase a tobacco product during a tobacco retailer inspection, a compliance check inspection notification, also known as a CCI, is typically mailed to the retail establishment. The CCI is not a warning letter. The FDA sends out CCI notices as a courtesy to retailers shortly after a potential violation or violations for selling tobacco products to a person under 21 years of age. The CCI lets the retailer know that an underage purchaser was able to purchase a tobacco product and describes what was observed during the tobacco retail inspection. The CCI provides the retailer with detailed information about the inspection, including a photo of the establishment taken at the time of the inspection, the date and time of the inspection, and, if available, a description of the clerk who made the sale. No response is required if you receive a CCI. However, if the establishment identified in the CCI is not your establishment, you should contact FDA. FDA will review the evidence obtained during the inspection at the retail establishment to determine if there was a violation of federal laws and regulations. If FDA determines a violation occurred and you receive a warning letter in the mail from FDA, it will include information such as the inspection date, approximate inspection time, a description of the violations that were observed, the relevant federal tobacco laws and regulations that were violated, and information on how to submit a written response. The warning letter will also state that the violations listed in the warning letter may not be a complete list of violations at the establishment and remind you to comply with all applicable tobacco laws and regulations. After receiving a warning letter, we encourage retailers to carefully review the listed violation or violations. We also ask that you review the warning letter to ensure that the establishment information is correct. If you believe the establishment information is incorrect, please contact FDA. A written response is then requested within 15 working days from the receipt of the warning letter. We will provide more information about how to respond to the warning letter in the next slides. It is important to make sure both you and your employees understand federal tobacco requirements and how to comply with the laws. This is a good time to take action to address the listed violation or violations listed in the warning letter in order to ensure that your business will be in compliance going forward. Also, you should preserve any evidence or information, such as security footage, relevant to this warning letter. This information may be helpful to you in the event that FDA takes regulatory action at a later date. We receive many questions about the best way to respond to a warning letter. Directions on how to respond to a warning letter are included in the text of the warning letter itself. As a reminder, the response should be sent within 15 working days from receipt of the warning letter. This response can be sent via email to ctp-wl@fda.hhs.gov, and scanned documents are accepted at this address. The response can also be through phone at 1-877-CTP-1373 or by mail to the Food and Drug Administration, Center for Tobacco Products, Document Control Center, Building 71, Room G335, 10903, New Hampshire Avenue, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20993-0002. Your warning letter response should include your current contact information, including your address, telephone number, and email address. It should also include the reference number listed at the top of your warning letter. Additionally, we request an explanation of how you plan to address the listed violations and prevent future violations. For example, some retailers tell us of their plans to retrain employees or remove problematic items from the shelves. Some warning letters are mailed with a document that may be used to respond to the warning letter. This enclosure is provided as a courtesy and is completely voluntary. If you receive this document, you may use it to respond, or you can submit your own written response. A voluntary warning letter response document can be mailed back to FDA in the envelope provided, or it may be scanned in and submitted electronically via email. An example of a part of a voluntary response document is shown on this slide for your reference. After your warning letter response is sent to FDA, FDA will generally not contact you and will not verify receipt of your documents. FDA may contact you if additional information or clarification is needed regarding your response. So what happens next? FDA will conduct follow-up inspections at your establishment. These inspections will not be scheduled or pre-announced. Please remember that you must continue to comply with all applicable tobacco laws and regulations. More detailed information can be accessed on FDA's website, available at www.fda.gov/tobacco-products/sales-tobacco-products-retail-stores. If additional violations are observed during a follow-up inspection, these violations may result in FDA taking additional enforcement action without notice, including a civil money penalty or a no tobacco sale order. Inspection results will be added to our Compliance Check Inspection database, which is updated monthly. To access this database, use the link address on the screen. If you have additional questions regarding warning letters or warning letter responses, please direct any questions to us via email at askctp@fda.hhs.gov or via phone at 1-877-287-1373. For small business assistance, please contact the Center for Tobacco Products Office of Small Business at smallbiz.tobacco@fda.hhs.gov. Our website also has additional information and resources to help retailers stay in compliance with federal tobacco law. The links on your screen provide resources such as information regarding retail sales of tobacco products, a summary of the federal rules for selling tobacco products. This is our Watch campaign materials for retailers, various social media links, and a way to sign up for CTP email updates. Thank you for watching this program, brought to you by the FDA's Center for Tobacco Products, whose mission is to protect our youth and the nation's health from the dangers of tobacco.